So is your mentality limiting your physical gains? So yesterday we talked about overtraining and how, if you're doing too much, you could be interrupting your gains. But today we're going to talk about just your mental approach to physical exercise, strength training, muscle building, hypertrophy. What you can do mentally to help you break through barriers physically. So one of the things for me that has always been stuck with me is I'm skinny. And I've had to accept the fact that I'm never going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger because my frame just doesn't compute, right? There's no way that that can match. And I'm happy and content with me as myself. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to improve. And right now I'm in the phase of I'm trying to build some muscle. But what's my limiting factors that are going to get in the way of me doing that? For me, it's I have to make sure that I'm lifting at the level of intensity that I'm doing. I have to make sure that I'm eating enough to be able to recover and to build from those training sessions. But the main thing is again, you got to train freaking hard, okay? And I mentioned Jay Vincent and Dr. Doug McGuff and recovery and all that in my last video, so check that out if you want more specifics into that. But today I'm talking about the mentality. If I'm not willing to put in the work in each session on each exercise, I'm not going to get the results. I've noticed a big change over the past several years because I've been able to really harness my energy and go all out and get intense and get nuts. And that takes a focus and a vision to say, hey, I really want this for myself. Even if it's just a little bit of gain, you still have to visualize that and go after it. And that's one of the things that you can do is you can visualize yourself in this state, with this physique, with this level of energy. You can feel it. That's what another thing I would say is when you visualize, try to get into the feelings, what it's going to feel like, what you're going to feel like. Maybe that's what are other people going to say about you? What are you going to say about yourself? How are people going to react? How is it going to feel in this new body that you have? How is this new strength going to translate into different activities and different things of life? What's that going to mean for your confidence in your job and your relationships and all of these things? Really get some details behind it. The reason why I mention this and the reason why it's so powerful is because your mentality and your beliefs can dictate everything that happens physically. Give you an example, the 4-minute mile. The 4-minute mile used to be something that was impossible. They thought it was impossible, that human physiology could not be taken past the 4-minute mile, meaning you couldn't run it faster than 4 minutes. One guy breaks the record and then the floodgates open and everybody else beats it. Why? Because the mentality changed for every single person. They saw it visually. They had evidence in real life. Now, if you don't have evidence in real life, that makes it tougher, right? But that's why if you can let your imagination go wild, if you can do some writing, if you can do some meditation and feel it, it will get closer to you. Now, you still have to put in the work. That alone isn't doing it for you. Just like me visualizing my body is not going to give me the body that I want. I have to put in the work. But if I limit my mental capacity, if I'm not reaching for that, if I'm not visualizing that, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get it on accident, especially when it's something that takes so much work. Like I said, for me to put on a little bit of muscle, it takes a lot of work. For me, it's like the 4-minute mile. It's like, man, is this even possible? Can I even get to this weight that I want and still have a six-pack, but be muscular, right? It's hard to do all that together. I can gain weight, but I'm going to lose my six-pack. I'm going to be skinny fat, right? But I'm gonna be bloated, but to do it in the way that I want it, I visualized it and I'm getting those results because I'm willing to put in the work. And I'm also willing to, like yesterday with overtraining, to be able to say, I'm taking a day off. I'm taking a week off. I'm resting. I'm gonna relax, right? Sometimes for me, I'm gonna take a little cheat day from my diet because I'm not getting enough. I need to get some more stimulus. I need to get some more calories. I'm not going to wake up early today. I'm going to sleep in. I need a little bit more rest. For me, those are the things that I need to do because I'm a go. I want to do a million different things and I think more is better. And I have to remind myself, like yesterday, it's not no pain, no gain. It's no brain, no gain. Think about it, visualize it, feel it, and then get nuts and go after it. And if you're not seeing results, why bang your head against a wall when you're not seeing any results from it? Do the things that are going to get you to where you want to go and see that progression and see those results. But you got to start somewhere. And if your limiting belief is, hey, I can do all the training that I want, I'm still not going to get there because I have bad genetics. Well, maybe you do have bad genetics for muscle building, but where can you visually put yourself that's going to get you to be motivated to go after that? Like I said, for me, I know that I'm not going to look like certain people. I used to believe, oh, well, it's just a matter of time before I get there. And, I ended up wanting to take, I took like a little, I took steroids when I was young. But they weren't this injection, they weren't this crazy amount, but it still was a supplement that shut off my testosterone and produced a synthetic version. And it caused, problems down the line for me. But again, I was reaching so much, but I still didn't get the physique that I wanted. Why? Because it wasn't what I really truly wanted. Now I've gotten concrete about it. I know what I want and I know how to get there. And I'm taking those steps to actually follow through on it. Now, again, the mentality is huge. So if you're really dialed in and you have a vision and you have a feeling, then it's going to be easier for you to set that plan and go after it. But if you don't know what you want, the universe, God, whatever you say, is creating these results for you or helping you get to where you want to go. It's going to be confusing for them to let that attraction happen. So again, have a vision, do some writing and think about, what are my limiting beliefs? What is it about my physique that I can't gain? Like someone just commented, it's always been hard for me to gain legs. It's always been, that statement right there, it's always been hard for me to gain with my legs. Well, your wish is my command. That's going to end up being part of your reality if you continue along to think like that. If you say, I can get stronger legs, I just have to find the right strategy. What a difference. What a difference in mentality. If I then go from failure to success, but maybe it's not even success. Maybe it's, I'm curious to find out, is there a way? That's like me. Is there a way that I can get these results? I've been blessed enough to stumble upon people like Jay Vincent, people like Mark Asanovich, people like Dr. Doug McGuff, to be able to take me from point A to point B, to take me and say, hey, this is what you need because of X, Y, and Z. Physiology, basic physics, okay? This is what you need. This is how you're going to do it. And if you can get a hold of this mentality side of things, if you can really wrap yourself around creating a vision for yourself and then creating a plan to get to that vision. And when you have setbacks and when you have stumbling blocks, you're not just throwing in the towel. You're going, okay, well, my strategy obviously isn't working. Give it some time, but when your strategy is not working, then you have to figure out a new way. And maybe it is that you have to change your goals because, like I said, for me, looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger is not going to be the way to success because I'm going to fail no matter what. But if I have an acceptance and I have a visualization of something that I truly believe that can be possible, it's happening. And I'm seeing it happen faster than really I even thought it would because I'm taking the steps to do it. I'm putting in the work and I have that vision. And again, my limiting beliefs aren't creeping back in because I'm then walking the walk in real life. I'm seeing it, right? It's like, hey, that stuff's happening. That's motivating. It's happening even more. So check out your limiting beliefs, look at your mentality, use examples like the 4-minute mile. Hey, it was impossible. Literally, they threw that word around, impossible. Someone broke it, then everybody else broke it after that. So many different things happen like that, where we get stuck and maybe you're your own worst enemy. Do some writing, do some visualization. Maybe tone your goals down if you need to so that it can be concrete and real and you believe it. Because again, if you just say one thing and you don't believe it and you don't feel it, it's not going to work. So get into your head to help yourself get more results physically. And again, if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not, like for me, if I'm not willing to push to the absolute exhaustion, because my muscles start burning quick, right? I don't like to feel the burn. I don't like pain. But if I'm not willing to take that pain of muscle discomfort, not pain in the joints, not no pain, no gain, like we talked about, it's discomfort, it's that burn. If I'm not willing to handle that, I'm never gonna get the results. I have to be able to push through that. And I've mentally prepared myself for that. And I talk to myself, yes, this is what you want. When I'm deep in that set, I'm yes, more, give me more, because I know that that's my ticket to results. Whereas before I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Well, hey, you don't want to do this, then you're not going to be able to get into that. And that mentality is going to plague you. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Hey, I don't want to do the work. I don't want to do this project. I don't want to do this assignment. I don't want to do this thing for my boss. Well, okay, you're going to end up with half-ass work, and you're not going to be able to get the rewards of the fulfillment of actually following things through to its completion. And for me, that's in one set, maybe it's even in one repetition where I'm really wanting to quit. And I have to, again, get my mentality on point and realize that this is my ticket to the results. So again, check out your mentality, do some writing, do some visualization, get into your feelings with that, and then create a plan to be able to attack it. And if you can't find that plan, I've turned you guys on to Jay Vincent and to Dr. Doug McGuff and Marcus Anovich. I'll keep putting links to those guys in my description on things, because they're the best planners of these things. Again, I'm the philosophy guy. I'm the guy that asks the questions, but they're my go-to when I have any questions about, okay, well, how many times a week do I need to train? How much weight do I need to use? How much time under tension do I need? All that stuff, they're gonna give you more concrete answers to that. I like to make videos about those things, and I will make videos about those things, but I also like to go to the experts that are more specialized in those things. I talk about all sorts of random stuff, Trump, Novak Djokovic, all right, Kanye West, weird stuff. But today we're talking about your mentality, and that's how we're gonna get there. You gotta have a strategy as well. So that's it for today. Thank you. See you next time.